And hello, welcome to Days of the Wolf. It is uh, September 20th on a Thursday, 2018. This is D Wolf coming at you live somewhere from a secret location within the Northwest. Have a few news articles I wanted to share with you. One of the things about Bitcoin. Uh, the apparently in the UK, the Treasury Committee has a report that they need to regulate Bitcoin. Well, I don't know about that. I think Bitcoin pretty much regulates itself, other than the fiat on ramps and off ramps that they want to have some dominion of, or control over, or what EOS did to have some type of custodial account to kind of rectify any issues that, oh, I lost my password, oh, this guy cheating me out of my money, can we freeze his account and kind of reverse it and stuff. Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is not really designed for that. I mean, the whole idea of it is that you are wholly responsible for all your money. It's not like you can put money into, say, a bank, and a bank is a custodial representative of your money. There's a third party that's involved that you really have no real control over. I mean, they have control over you, or at least they have control over your money and stuff, and they're subject to laws, regulations, and things like that. So, for the UK Treasury Committee to say, oh, we got to do a regulation on it, it's like, okay, same old, same old. Of course, you have to regulate it because you want to control it. But the whole idea behind cryptocurrency is that the currency itself, the blockchain itself, regulates itself. So I think there is a temperament in the world, specifically with banks, that for some strange reason, your money feels more safe in a bank. And I can understand that because we've had that hammered into our head since kind of birth. Okay, this is a safe place for. See how the vault door is and stuff like that. But there's a lot of things with monies and finance that kind of work behind the scene that kind of tip the scales a little bit. I mean, I've mentioned this before. Me and my significant other, we've had our accounts frozen. So, and it goes back to the idea that I had kind of expressed the difference between legitimacy and dependability. They are not one and the same. The UK wants to regulate Bitcoin. Well, that's a legitimate thing to do. It's legitimate to have the SEC, bless Coinbase after taking know your customer information. So it's legitimate for them. Okay, we're up and up in front of that, but it's not dependable. It's not dependable because whether you are doing things right or wrong with your money, those assets can be frozen. Things can be followed up on, and that's a problem. Because when you attach your personal information to your financial transactions, there can be complications. Yeah, on the whole, in the spirit of it, it's like, oh yeah, well, we want to know that if you're doing anything bad, that we can kind of trace, connect the dots and say, hey, you are a bad person, and we're going to freeze your account, and you are a bad person, bad, shame on you for trying to kind of shuffle that money and buy drugs or do whatever you were going to do with it, and trying to launder it and stuff like that. The problem comes, and this is going to relate to the next story that I have. The problem comes when you connect those things, it's centralized. And that's the one point of attack that all the hackers in the world are going to go for. And if you do not believe me, the next news story, Equifax, ring a bell. They've taken information without your consent. They didn't say, oh, okay, can we have that information? They didn't even give you so much as a social media platform to talk on. They just took it. and they got hacked. 125 million accounts, social security numbers. I've been over this before, but the story just now, Equifax is slapped with UK's maximum penalty over the 2017 data breach. 2017. We're in 2018 right now. So, and that's on the other. I mean, I'm in Northwest, but this is like on the other side of the pond type thing in the UK. They're just getting their wherewithal. Hey, we're gonna have to do something about this. We're gonna give them a penalty. You're gonna pay for that type thing. Well, the problem with that is the damage has already been done. All your nice, neat information, mother's maiden name, social security numbers, all those things are already out there, probably in some database someplace. And if you have a high enough credit score, they'll try to kind of take advantage of that. If you were smart and savvy, which not a lot of, credit consumers are, but I mean, if you're smart and savvy, I froze my account. They cannot get it unless I, authorize it and stuff like that. Well, that's all well and good. But just remember, they have all the details of your information. If you want to freeze something or unfreeze it, they're going to ask these personal questions about you, which have already been compromised. What's your date of birth? What's your social security number? What's your mother's maiden name? Where did you work in this area, at this time? All they have to do is go to the list of the things that they hacked. I go, oh, I worked here during this time and this time. My mother's maiden name is such and such. My social security number is blah, 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 blah. They have all the information already. With the blockchain, the attachment is separate, or it should be separated. But, you have these centralized incumbents that want to attach your personal information to your financial information to say, hey, it's for the good, so the law enforcement can come and say, you are a bad person, and we're going to fucking take you out. And there will be no money laundering or any weird things going on and stuff like that. You will not evade taxes. You will always, we're going to attach this to your citizenship and stuff like that. India is already doing that with a combination of the blockchain and the biometrics, which is even worse, because it's a DNA. You can't kind of separate that. And if those centralized units ever get hacked, it's game over. You just have to really be born a whole new person with a whole separate set of biological identities to, deal with anything. So, yeah, it's great that, Equifax is, you're going to be punished. You bad person. You shouldn't have let that security go. But they took your information without your consent. They admittedly sell it to third-party people. So let's just say the person that's going to approve your mortgage, one of the employees, just got fired, and they have all your insight to your information or whatever, or, there's some unrest. There's a merging or a demerging and stuff like that. Kind of got lost in the shuffle type thing. That information is out there to the legitimate third parties. Now it's out there to the illegitimate third parties. And what the fuck does legitimacy have to do with anything about dependability? Rest my case. Anyway, those are the two kind of main items I wanted to talk about. There are some other things. The U.S. Senate staff targeted by state-backed hackers. Okay, of course, hackers are going to go after the people that are in charge, and that's kind of it for today on the 20th of September. Anyway, if you like what you saw, please give me a like, make a comment, and this is D Wolf signing off.